he had a raccoon coat, he'd be listed in the yearbook as most likely to succeed.
He'll get his raccoon coat next year when he goes to Yale. His father promised it to him if he passes his work.
Well, that takes a load off my mind. Honestly, what is the world coming to these days? Friday night, you say? It's okay, I can make it.
You can make what?
The movies. You didn't think I was going to let you go alone. And at night with that cheerleader, did you?
Daddy, what's he going to think of me? You don't think you were a sensible, well-brought-up child with sensible parents. And I'm sure if I called his mother and explained the situation, she'd be glad to hear that your father was going along as a chaperone. Do you think it would help if I called her up right now? No, thank you, Mother. I'll explain it in my own way. I don't know what he'll say, though.
He'll probably be tickled to death to have someone come along and pay for the sentence.
Should I tell him we'll take his car or ours?
His car? No, I wouldn't be seen dead in it. We'll go in the foolish carriage.
Sometimes it's hard to be the oldest. When I think of Ernestine, Martha, Lillian, and Jane, they won't have to go through any of this. I wonder if they'll take things for granted, or if they'll appreciate what I have suffered for them.
Remember that old Model T of Joe's? On the night of Anne's first day with Joe Scales, we all stationed ourselves around the window so we could watch him arrive. After all, it wasn't every day that a cheerleader came to call.
Oh, and that car. Just like Dad had expected, his car was quite the thing to behold. It had writing on it, and we could hear it for several blocks before it actually came to view. This was its exhaust whistle.
And as if the car weren't loud enough already, that horn. Joe just sat up in the front seat, retooting, waiting for Anne.
Wow, what a car!
I think it's too loud.
It's not a motorcycle, but it isn't too bad.
What does it have written across the side?
Jump in, Sordine.
Here's your 10.
Come on in, Joe.
Okay, baby, is Pop ready? Pop? Oh boy, Dad's gonna have fun with this one.
Pop, did he just call that Pop?
Great Caesar's ghost. Lily, come here and look at this boy. It's Joe College in the flesh, and he's just about to come up to Anne's shoulders.
Hey there, Ann. Is your old man ready? Get it, old man?
Of course she gets it, wise guy. What do you think she is? A moron?
He refers to me as old man tonight. I'm gonna pop him.
Hush, dear, he'll hear you. Actually, he's sort of cute. Kind of like a little kid.
Cute. He looks like what might happen if a pygmy married a barber pole. And did you see that car?
You want me to get rid of this cool cat, Mr. Gilbert?
No, Tom, thank you. We have things in hand here. Now, don't worry about the car because you'll be riding in yours, not that contraption.
Thank the Lord for small favors. I'll go get it ready. You can keep an eye on that cheerleader.
It's a William Tell tie, see? You pull the bow and it hits the apple. Get it? Wow, you're the first cheerleader we ever saw up close.
Joe, this is my mother, Mrs. Gilbert. Mother, this is Joe Scales.
Good evening, Miss Gilbert.
Good evening, Joe.
Will you lead some cheers for us? Sure thing. I want to hoorah Ray the Tiger from Montclair High. Hoorah Ray the Tiger. Let me hear you now. Ready? Hoo! Hoorah! Ray!
Ray!
Hoorah Ray!
What's going on in here?
Sorry, Miss Gilbert. I guess I got carried away there, but Joe here's the best cheerleader in the county.
So I've heard.
What's the matter, dear? You better get going if you're going to get Anne and her date to the movies on time.
It's the foolish carriage. It won't start. Can't say I blame it. What should I do now?
Well, you could go in his car.
His car? Do I look like a sardine looking for a tin to leap into? No, sir.
No, not exactly. Well, why don't you call a cab then?
Look at him. He barely comes up to Anne's shoulders. She's a good girl, and she knows what's right. He wouldn't dare get funny with her.
I believe you're right, dear. You have trained them all right, you know, just as the Bible tells us. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old...
Yes, but I just didn't realize she was old yet. I hope you two youngsters don't mind, but I won't be able to go to the movies with you.
We don't mind at all, do we, Joe?
Come on in. Let's take this thing. We're running late.
Now, I want you here home by 10 o'clock. I'm going to be waiting right here for you. And if I do not see you by 1 minute after, I'm going to come looking for you. Do you understand?
Yes, Dad. Good old foolish carrot saved the day, didn't it?
Come on in. You're not involved nothing. We've got places to be.
Once the ice was broken, Anne started having more dates fairly often, and Martha and I followed suit. Dad attended whenever the pressure of business permitted. While he had decided that Joe Scales was small enough to be above suspicion, he had no trust in the football heroes and other young fellows that were seen beating up at the bar walkway.
And when Dad was unavailable, Bill and I were more than happy to be his proxy.
Frank, you scared me! You always were the sneaky, quiet one.
Oh, did I now, sis? I'm sorry. Now, what did I miss?
I was just getting ready to tell everyone about how much you, Bill, and Will resented the infiltration of high school Romeos.
Oh, yes. We just didn't want to see you girls leave. And it seemed like every guy in town was trying to take you away from us. We just hated to see things, you know, change.
As you requested, Miss Gilbert, I've changed a few of the menu items to accommodate Dr. Burton's recommendations for Mr. Gilbert's diet. I don't see what butter and the like has to
Not another word about Dr. Burton's instructions, Mrs. Cunningham. I thank you for your help, and I'm sure you'll do just fine with the recipes.
Yes, ma'am.
Mother, it is impossible to entertain with that troop of 4 berserk little boys. Something drastic has got to be done about them.
What's the matter with them?
They're in and out of the porch all evening, up in my lap, up in my friend's lap, in and out, up and down, until I'm about to go daft.
Well, what do you suggest, dear?
Tie them down. I'm fed up to my eyeballs with that brother brigade. They're driving me screaming mad, Dad. How do you expect a boy to be romantic with little brothers around all the time?
Exactly. That's just what we don't want around here, boys getting romantic.
Mother, it's just too much of a handicap. Won't you please do something?
I believe you're right, Anne, dear. I'll try to keep the boys upstairs the next time you girls have company. I wonder what 4 sets of leg irons would cost.
Mother and Dad have their reservations about our bows, but try to be subtle. Frank, Bill, and Lil were greatly opposed to being subtle.
You sure you want to speak to Martha? You're absolutely sure. She's as ugly as an ostrich. Okay. Well, wait a minute, please. Hey, Martha! Come quick! Imagine! It's a boy calling for you! Isn't that wonderful? Hurry up! It might hang up!
You little snakes, you get out of here, you nasty creatures!
Hello? Who? Why, hello there, Mac. What have you been doing? Really? Tonight? Of course. Well, I must ask Mother. All right. Goodbye, Mac. Mother! Mother? Yes, Martha, what is it, dear? I was just wondering, do you think it would be all right for Mac to come over and visit for a little while this evening? Later on, of course. Well, I suppose that'd be all right. Your father won't be home until tomorrow, so of course your brothers will need to help chaperone.
Oh, Mother, do they have to?
Well, I suppose you could have Mac visit after your father returns. I'm sure he'd be very interested to hear all about Mac's motorcycle.
Oh, no. I suppose not. I suppose the brother brigade will have to do. I just need to go up to him to freshen up. Mac should be here in a few minutes.
Now, We all knew that Martha was far gone over this motorcycle Mac, as we called him, and that Dad did not approve. Now, Mac was a decent guy, all right, but between us having a motorcycle and an armadillo, and the fact that he was actually kind of quiet, well, we just couldn't resist ourselves having just a little bit of fun with him.
Now, Lil, go upstairs and do everything you can to keep Mac busy, Martha busy, so she doesn't come down right when Mac gets here. All right, Frankie's here. Is everybody ready? Yep. Dan, go him in. Bring the bell.
Here you go, Max. Just have a seat right over here. Martha said something about really needing to work on her hair, but she might be a while.
So, Mac, I was looking through one of Martha's books the other day and came across this note. All my fondest thoughts are of you, dearest Martha. Is that your handwriting?
Well, yes, I suppose it is. Where'd you say you got this?
Oh, he probably got it from Martha's collection.